Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this tutorial, I will learn how to cut a tote bag, and I made use of a jean fabric and Ankara. So please don't stop throwing away your fabric. You can actually put it into very good use. This is a 1 yard jean fabric. I was supposed to use chinos, but we had to go for this as an alternative. Okay. So the length of this bag will be 16 inches, and I'll just add 1 inch for sewing allowance. And then the width of the bag, I want it to be 12 inches. But as you can see, I marked 13 inches for sewing allowance. Okay, so we'll just get that on a straight line and cut it out. So this is very simple, easy method on how to make a tote bag. So please make sure you stay to the end of this video and give this video a like and a comment. It will be very much appreciated. Okay, so I just notched that part to indicate the upper part of our bag. And because the inside of this fabric isn't looking so presentable, I am going to cut out another to replicate what I already have, and that second one will serve as the lining. Okay, so don't be surprised I'm cutting two. The tote bag can normally is a regular tote bags are just one. It doesn't necessarily have a lining, but I just want this one to have a lining so that the inside will have a very pretty look. Okay, so this is for our pocket. The width of this pocket, I think I use about 8.5 inches, and then the length of the pocket is about 10 inches. So basically, what I'll just do is to fold all the sides, but the only part I will sew on the bag is the sides and the down part of our pocket, but the upper part will be folded separately, but not will not be sewn on the jean. You'll get to see that towards the end of the video. Just make sure you stay with me. Okay, so we're done with the pocket now. The next thing we'll go ahead to cut is our bow tie. Yeah, I'm just indicating how I'm going to place that. Okay, so this little piece is already looking perfect for our bow tie. So I'll go ahead to replicate that. Your bow can be however length you want it, depend on the length you work with. For this one, I think I did 8 inches wide, and then the length is 8 inches, then the width is about 4 inches or so. So the next thing I want to cut now is the rope. So I'm just going to make sure this is wide enough. It's not too wide rather, and not too tiny. So I think I did about 2.5 inches. So by the time I fold and sew the rough edges, I should have about 1 inch or 1.25. So this black thing I'm holding is a belt. I'm going to attach this, or rather I'm going to sew this. This will be part of the handle though. As it is now, it's about 1.5 inches wide. But because it's too wide for the handle, I'm going to divide that 1.5 into two. Like I'm going to fold the belt into two, divide it, and make it, instead of having one, I will not have two. Okay, so the length of the handle of our bag is 26 inches. Divide that by two, you have 13 inches. Okay, so of course we are going to have two handles. So I'm just going to divide this, which is one as it looks, into two, so that we can have two handles. Then I'll use the Ankara to cover the handle. You get to see, just stay with me to the end of the video. Okay, so I'm going to cut out like something about 2.5 inches wide piping, something to pipe this black thing inside. So I'm going to cut about 2.5 inches, and then place that black thing inside of the Ankara and sew on it. Yeah, so I'm just trying to confirm, okay, will this be wide enough to cover it or not? It isn't wide enough, so I think I ended up making it 2.5 inches wide so that to have enough to cover the belt. It's called belts. For those that make bags, they will understand this. If you want to get something like this, just go to those that make bag accessories, and they will understand when you say you want to get belts. Why I did this is because I want to give the bag, I want the hand of the bag to be very strong. So in case I need to put something heavy in it, I have no fear that the hand of the bag will cut or there will be anything faulty. Okay, so I'll just go ahead to replicate that. All right. And then, so I think we're done here. We're done with the cutting of our bag. So the next thing now is just to go on our machine and sew. So yes, I'm going to show you. Now we're done with the cutting. I'm also going to show you how to sew a tote bag. All right. Make sure you stay to the end of this video. Okay, so yeah, the next thing to do now, I just want to indicate where I want the handle to start from. So you notch the middle of your bag, and then from that point I mark 2.5 inches on both sides. I just want the width in between to be about 5 inches. So I mark 2.5 inches on this side, I mark 2.5 inches on the other side. And then the next thing now is to place our pockets, and then we can now sew on it. Okay, so first of all, I want to sew the upper part of our pocket, folding about 1 inch inside, double like half inch, fold it twice, double it, before you can now stitch on the sides round, aside from that up. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So I'm just going to sew that upper part now. That's the first thing you want to do for the pocket. Stitch on that upper part before you can now stitch it on the main bag itself. Okay, and you want to be very careful that your pocket doesn't go to the sides and it doesn't come too low, because you still have to close the sides and the down part. So you just want to make sure that your pocket isn't really close to the side, so that it's still going to have it will come out really fine. Okay, so just go ahead to fold the sides in. You preferably you can iron this, you can fold and iron this so you can have a straight line. Please just ignore what I'm doing here. uh we didn't have light, so that's why I just had to do it this way, but then it still came out nice anyways. But if you can't, please make sure to iron, fold and iron the sides properly so that you can have a really nice fold. Okay, all right. So the same thing I'm just going to go ahead to do at the down part of our bag, of the pocket, sorry. Then, okay. Okay, so for the handle, like I already mentioned, I'm using this Ankara to cover that thing I called belt. So you just want to place it inside, in between the Ankara, and fold the two sides, then sew on it. I hope you get that right. All right. So you're just going to, if you can't possibly get it the way I'm doing it, you might have to just fold everything and pin it so that you can, so that one part doesn't come out, so that your machine can sew on both edges. All right. So this is what it looks like. So I'll just go ahead to top stitch on the other parts to give it a very pretty look. Now top stitching on the other part isn't compulsory, but if you can, if you want to do it, if you wish, you can also do that, but it's not really compulsory. And please note, the measurements in this video are not constant. Okay, you can alter the measurement, you can decide to do something bigger, something smaller. The most important thing is just understand the concepts of on how to make a tote bag. All right. So yeah, this is for the second handle. Like you can see, I already pinned this one, so I'm just going to follow that folding and then stitch it all the way down. So this is for the bow tie as well. I just stitch only the sides. I didn't stitch the down and the up. I just stitch only the sides, and I've already turned it, sewed it in, so the rough edge inwards. Remember, I cut double of that. All right. So now this is the rope. This is what will serve as the rope for our bow tie. So I'm just going to close in one end of the Ankara and then sew all the way down and bring it out from the other end. That's what I'm doing now. So you can just look for something to push it out. I just use a very small screwdriver that I have handy. So you can get to use that as well to push it out and then close the other parts where you brought it out from. Push it inwards and stitch on it. Alright. So our bag is almost ready. Our bag is almost ready. As you can see, it's even looking pretty. The beauty of the bag is already coming out. So the next thing to do now is to stitch the handle of our bag. Stitch it on that part where you notch. Just stitch maybe probably not even up to half an inch. Just something to hold it on the bag. Okay, this is for the front. You want to do the same for the parts that will serve as the back as well. Remember, you have to notch the middle and measure how wide the width you want your bag, how wide you want the handle to be from each other. That's exactly what I did. I used 2.5 from the middle point of our bag. So our handles will be 5 inches wide. So now I just sewed the down part of the bag, of the main bag, and the other one that will serve as the lining. Remember, I said I want to line this tote bag because I don't like the way the wrong side of the fabric is looking. It doesn't really look presentable. So I just want to double it. You can choose to use lining. You must not necessarily use Ankara. You must not necessarily use jean. You can even choose to use Ankara so that your bag it will be a reversible tote bag. Okay, that will also look pretty nice. So if you don't really understand this video, please let me know in the comments section, and I'll be more than willing to make another tutorial on this. Okay, I mean, if you are new to this bag thing, you might find this difficult to understand for the first time, but just in case, please let me know in the comment section. Okay, so I want this down to have a really nice curve, so I'll just go in by 1 inch by on the side, and yeah, just like that, giving it that square shape. I did this for the main bag and for the other one that will serve as the lining. Okay, and you also get to see how I close that. Don't worry, our bag will not be open at the edge. It's just for the sake of design. Just wanted to have this very pretty curve at the down. Okay, so like I said, we're almost done here. Once we're done with this, now we get to close our bag at the up. So you can see how I'm closing that up. That part we just removed 1 inch from. You can see how I'm closing it up. Okay. I just want to stitch, double stitch, please. Make sure you back stitch and then you sew, back stitch again by half inch, just sew half inch inwards, and there you have it. So the next thing now is to fold the upper part of our bag. Okay, now yeah, just want to do that. Make sure the curve is out, and then you want to put the wrong side of your lining, if there is any lining at all. You want to put the wrong side of your lining facing the wrong side of your main bag. Like you put the wrong side of you took the lining inside of the main bag, but the wrong side should be facing the wrong side. Wrong side of the lining should be facing the wrong side of the bag. Okay, yes, make sure you get to also notch the middle of your main bag and the lining as well. Okay, and then you just want to fold in that way. You can choose to go in by half inch, or you can choose to go in excuse me, you can choose to go in by 1 inch. I folded 1 inch inwards. Just watch closely how I'm going to do that. As you can see, the notching of the main bag and the notching of the lining has to be facing each other. That way your bag will be centralized. All right, so you just want to do that. Once that is done, you do it and sew it round on top of it that way. And there, we're done with the bag. So you can see our baby is ready. It's ready, and it looks so pretty. So you can take this anywhere, literally anywhere. You can rock this. You can probably just rock this with anything you have. So please don't waste your ankara or your fabric. Excuse me. Please make sure to give this video a like, comment, and share, and also subscribe to this channel. Thank you.